Let's talk about what just happened between Jamie Raskin and Kash Patel.
Yields back. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman. Director Patel, before you joined the FBI, you railed against it for covering up Jeffrey Epstein's human trafficking ring. Let me refresh your memory with this clip.
It has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
So you finished that December 2023 interview with a challenge to the FBI and harsh words for Republicans in Congress for not getting the Epstein files out to the public. You can see this clip.
Boy pants, and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are, you said. You emphasized that the president and the FBI director each had complete authority to release Epstein's client list. You said Epstein's black book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. Look at this clip.
This is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
black book?
Black book.
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
All right, so you were sworn in as director more than 200 days ago. Now the black book is under your direct control. So why haven't you released the names of Epstein's co-conspirators in the rape and sex trafficking of young women and girls?
The Rolodex, which is what everybody colloquially refers to as the black book, has been released.
Oh, no, you're talking about what the journalist got 5 years ago? No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what you were talking about there, the black book under the direct control of the FBI director.
We have released more material than anyone else before. The Biden administration, Obama administration had the exact opportunities to release this material, and they never did. And if you are telling the men and women of the FBI, we're not going after child predators. Hang on, you said we're not going after child predators. 1,500 child predators arrested this year, 35% increase.
I'll reclaim my time.
4,700 child victims.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to reclaim my time if you could instruct the witness. Why have you changed your position? There you were saying it's under the direct control of the FBI director and all of it should be released. Why have you changed your position?
Everything that has been lawfully permitted to be released has been released. And as I told you, the investigation was limited. And let me make something crystal clear. I never said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic other people, other women, and they're not other victims. This is the investigation we were given from 2006, 7, and 8, and the search warrants from 2006, 7, and 8. That's what we're working with.
Well, wait, have you released all of the stuff that the FBI has seized from Epstein's house? The computers, the emails, the file cabinets, the documents? What about the financial records? Have you released all of that?
Everything the court has allowed us to release.
Which court are you talking about?
3 separate federal courts have come in and said...
We're talking about the evidence you've got. It's got nothing to do with what those courts have.
Do you have any idea how the law works? Do you want me to break the law in a federal judge's order?
No, I want you to follow your own word, Director Patel. You said up there it was under the direct control of the FBI director. He had the black book.
Everything I have direct control over, we have gone to court. You haven't.
Complete your sentence. Everything you have direct control over, you said.
Have gone to court, and everything we have direct control over.
Complete your sentence. You said everything.
Release. We're releasing.
He'd like to complete his answer.
You began the sentence, everything you have direct control over, and then you stopped that sentence. You've released everything that you have direct control over?
And I have direct control over and can lawfully release. If you're not familiar with the court orders, that's not my fault.
Oh, I'm perfectly familiar with them. But how did we prosecute Ghislaine Maxwell?
She was prosecuted with the investigatory material that was collected from 2001 and 2005. Because of the non-prosecution agreements and the court orders on the investigations and search warrants, we were not able to develop new information. And oh, by the way, Jeffrey Epstein was out for 12 years, and the Obama and Biden administration did nothing to look at his work, his pedophile network. If you want to blame me, that's fine. But now you're blaming the men and women who conducted this great search.
Stop that. I'm not blaming anybody other than you. You're not keeping your word. You said that you would release all of the materials under your direct control.
Has anyone released more information on Epstein than I have? Has anyone?
Much more.
Did Comey? Did Ray?
Much more.
Did they?
Excuse me. Much more has come out in the days since the American people in Congress have been demanding it, but it's coming out in dribs and drabs. Why don't you just release the entire file as you promised to do?
I literally just told you there are multiple federal court orders. I'm not going to break the law to satisfy your curiosity. You didn't join us when we filed court to release the court orders. You could have. You have lawyers. You could have shown up. You didn't do that.
That's a tiny fraction of the material we're
That
talking
is
about.
not.
It is
How
a
do you-
tiny fraction.
How do you know that? Have you seen everything?
It's all misdirected.
How do you know
Time
that?
of the gentleman has expired.
What makes this moment so powerful is that it touches a nerve that runs far deeper than a single congressional hearing. The scandal surrounding Epstein has never just been about one man. It has always been about a system where enormous wealth, political influence, and global connections intersected with one of the most horrific crimes imaginable, the trafficking of young girls. And for years, Americans have watched this story unfold in fragments. First came the revelations about Epstein's private island. Then the accusations from victims. Then the documents that slowly surfaced through lawsuits and investigations. Then the arrest. Then the shocking moment when Epstein died in federal custody before standing trial. And then came the conviction of his longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. But even after Maxwell's conviction, the biggest question never went away. Who else was involved? Because Maxwell was convicted of recruiting girls for Epstein. Recruiting them for someone. The entire case has always pointed toward a broader network of powerful figures who moved in the same elite social circles as Epstein. Politicians, billionaires, corporate executives, royalty, celebrities, people whose names appeared in flight logs, contact books, or witness accounts. And the public has spent years asking a simple question. Where's the full truth? That's why Patel's earlier comments were so striking. When he was outside the system, he sounded like many Americans who believed the government was hiding something. He demanded transparency. He demanded accountability. He demanded answers. But once he stepped inside the system, the language changed. Suddenly, the conversation became about legal boundaries, court orders, and the limits of what can be disclosed. Now, to be fair, those legal barriers are real. Investigations are governed by strict rules. Victims' identities must be protected. Evidence collected under certain warrants can be sealed. Federal judges can block the release of materials tied to ongoing legal matters or past agreements. Those are legitimate concerns. But here, the problem. When institutions spend decades shielding information in cases involving powerful people, even legitimate secrecy begins to look suspicious. Trust erodes. People stop believing that the system works the same way for everyone. And that erosion of trust doesn't just affect one case. It spreads. It affects how people see law enforcement. It affects how people see the justice system. It affects how people see government itself. Because the Epstein case represents something larger than a single investigation. It represents a test of whether powerful networks can truly be exposed, or whether influence, wealth, and connections create a different set of rules. That's why this exchange between Raskin and Patel mattered so much. It forced the tension into the open. On one side, you had a congressman arguing that transparency is essential for restoring trust. On the other side, you had the head of the FBI arguing that the Bureau must follow the law, even when the public demands more. Both arguments carry weight. But the uncomfortable truth is that neither one fully resolves the deeper issue. The American public still feels like they don't have the full picture. And until that feeling changes, the Epstein story will continue to haunt the institutions involved. Every time new documents appear, every time another witness speaks out, every time a hearing like this happens, the questions return. Who knew? Who helped? Who benefited? And why has it been so difficult to get clear answers? Those questions aren't going away anytime soon. Because scandals involving power rarely fade quietly. They linger. They resurface. And they keep forcing uncomfortable conversations like the one we just witnessed. So the real takeaway from this hearing isn't just about Raskin or Patel. It's about the larger struggle between transparency and power, between public accountability and institutional secrecy, and whether the truth about one of the most disturbing criminal networks in recent history will ever fully come into the light. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe the government has already released everything it legally can about Epstein? Or do you think there's still crucial information being kept from the public? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the biggest political confrontations happening right now, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next breakdown.